Casa De Nana in Springfield has a mouth-watering menu of authentic Mexican cuisine and an atmosphere that takes you right to Mexico. And joining me this morning are owner Rob Ollari and executive chef Bill Sett from Casa De Nana to show us some tasty treats. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Good morning.
So we are going to do some food and some margaritas.
Absolutely.
Two things that I love before noontime. So let's start with you, Chef. What do you have going on here?
Well, we've got our marinated chicken breast. We're going to do a blackened chicken fajita. So we've got a cast iron skillet the way we serve at the restaurant. We're going to have it sizzling when we plate. And we're going to do a homemade Pico de Gallo that we make at the restaurant as well.
That's one of those things, because a lot of things people can make at home. You can't make really great Mexican food at home with that sizzling skillet. It's just not the same. There's something about it, and that's what Casa De Nana is. It's really an experience, right, Rob?
Absolutely. You know, we've been around since 1968. Very long time. I've owned it myself since 1990. So, you know, we're proud to have served Western Mass for quite a long time, and you know, it's a nice, friendly neighborhood cantina.
And a lot of people talk about the food, but a lot of people also talk about the margaritas. Do you want to show us a few, how they're done?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are we starting with?
So basically, margarita, the main ingredient is tequila. Tequila comes from the agave plant from Mexico. There's basically three types of tequila.
Okay.
There's the Blanco, there's the Reposado, and the Añejo, or the Gold. In order for it to be called 100% agave, it's got to be pure. It comes from a plant that kind of looks like a pineapple. They cultivate it, they cook it up, they mash it, and then you have your tequila.
Now, are there big taste differences in each of these tequilas?
Reposado is rested a little bit more in oak cast, so it's a little smokier. A lot of folks will drink tequila like they'll drink a scotch or a cognac. They'll just have
On the
it in a
rocks,
snifter.
really?
Yeah, or just neat in a snifter.
No way.
Absolutely.
Wow.
But obviously the traditional dish or drink is a margarita. So we are going to start with an original margarita. And we're just gonna
Rim the glass.
rim the glass with lime, some kosher salt.
And it's a great taste when you have a margarita with salt. And we're
Absolutely.
putting it, now this is the word, this is on the rocks, right?
On the rocks.
That means with ice.
This is a classic margarita, our house marg that we serve at the restaurant.
Okay.
So basically, if you're making a margarita at home, very simple. A couple parts of tequila, and I've been doing this so long, I eye it.
That's nice. Is that what all the bartenders do too, I bet?
The owners don't like it, but a lot of them do, because
So yeah,
when you're busy and you have a barload of people, it's a lot quicker to do it this way.
So maybe some pretty heavy-handed drinks at Casa De Nana.
Absolutely.
That's triple sec.
Triple sec, which is an orange liqueur.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can upgrade to like a Gran Gala, which is an Italian brandy, or Grand Marnier, which is a French cognac brandy.
And you have all of these on location right in Springfield.
Absolutely. And then we're gonna do a little splash of lime juice.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Daly's lime juice. You can use roses. And then at Casa's, we have our own margarita mix.
I don't even want to know what's in that. I want that to be the secret ingredient. But pretty much, is it more lime and lemon, that sort of thing?
It is.
Okay.
It is. You can buy them commercially at the liquor store. They're a little tartar. Ours is a little bit mellower. And there you go, an original Casa De Nana margarita.
That was pretty good, but we're gonna make 3 of these, so why don't you start on number 2? I'm gonna check back in with Chef. Right. What have you done since we've been talking drinks?
What we're doing is caramelizing the peppers and onions. I throw some whole tomatoes in. We have a lot of color on the plate when we send it out. So we're just letting the heat do the work here.
And when you serve up the fajitas, you're saying you serve it on that scorching hot plate,
That's
so
right.
it almost can't get cold.
It's a nice pop out in the dining room, and you know, you make the wait staff walk out there and it's sizzling and it's smoking. We sell a lot of fajitas that way.
Whenever I go to a place with fajitas, it's one of those situations where I'm always looking when the fajitas are walking by me and saying, I want that. And
That's
I just
right.
want to take it from the gentleman who gets it.
Absolutely.
So shall we start on the salsa?
Yep, this is the Pico de Gallo.
Okay.
It's very basic. Anybody could do this at home. You've got similar chopped, small chopped tomato, black olive, bell pepper.
Now, if people were doing this at home, let's say they didn't like olives, they could just go without the olives, perhaps? Or...
You know what? You can make a relish any way you want it.
Because that's what it is. It's not as much a salsa as it is a relish, right?
That's right.
Because it's a little bit heartier, would you say, maybe?
Yeah, and when you add the jalapenos to it, we loosen it up a little bit with some olive oil.
Okay.
And Rob's going to cut a lime in half. We add some lime juice to it, add some flavor, and also it preserves it, gives it a little bit longer shelf life.
Very cool. You mind if I grab that for a second?
Absolutely.
Do a little mixing myself?
There you go,
Absolutely.
Chef.
You can finish that.
Oh, I can do that. Thank you very much. So in the meantime, Rob, what'd you make for the second drink?
I quickly made, for the second cocktail, I used Cabo Wabo, clear tequila, Blanco. Added a little bit of Chambord, which is a raspberry liqueur, very sweet. And again, finished it up with the dash of lime juice and our sour mix. And I actually rimmed this with sugar. So for folks that like a sweeter drink, a little less tart, a little sweeter, this is a nice cocktail.
So that's why you might want to rim with sugar if it's purely for sweet or sour.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
just different compliments with the palate. Like you said, some folks think the salt complements margarita, others like the sugar.
And you have so many different varieties too, and you have all these additional drinks, the Grand Marnier and the Chambord.
Absolutely.
People want to kind of upsell their own drink. If they want just the regular, you have pretty much everything people need.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, what's the third drink? Because these both look real tasty.
Sure. The last one, you talked about, a Cadillac, an upsell.
Yep.
We're going to do a premium margarita.
All right. So what makes a premium? It's the liquors, right?
Yeah, it's, just kicking it up a little bit with the liquors.
And now, what's the difference between an expensive and an inexpensive tequila? Where do you taste that difference? Probably all day, right?
Yeah, well, your higher end tequilas are a lot smoother.
Okay.
And you can sip those in a snifter on the rocks. When you're making a margarita, it's just folks having fun with different combinations.
Exactly.
Some folks come in, they like a nice salsa hornito with a Gran Gala. Patron is very popular now. Mm-hmm. It's in a lot of songs with rhythm and blues.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I think more underage kids know what Patron is than adults.
Might be true.
All brand marketing, but a little Patron,
okay.
And then we're going to do the Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier, okay. That's like an orange liqueur?
It is, and it's a little sweeter than a triple sec.
Okay.
And a little smoother. So you got two very smooth ingredients.
Really smooth one. All right.
Yeah, and then again,
just top it off with the same kind of base ingredients.
Absolutely.
Too. So no matter what, your lemon and your lime concoction, your margarita mix is the same, but what gets better and better are the drinks.
Absolutely.
All right, hey, Chef Bill, you got to finish this up because this looks really good. So what do we have going on here?
All right, we make our own little cups that put out sour cream. We have a trio of sour cream, our own homemade guacamole.
Oh, you make the guac yourself?
We do.
Ooh.
And we take the Pico de Gallo.
I hope I mixed it up well enough for you.
Yeah. Looks good.
Perfect. So
And
we
I've
have
got-
those three things.
Yep. and
Plated
I've got
really nice.
Tortillas that we have warming.
Okay, so it comes with tortillas, it comes with that, all this great food, and you can get a margarita too. So if people are interested, how can they get in touch with you folks? Where are you located?
We're on 995 Boston Road. Like I said, we've been there since 1968. Website, casadenanas.com, Facebook.
So it's just going to be, it's really a dining experience, and it's rare to get really, really great Mexican food in Springfield. So I'm glad that you folks are providing it. As you can see, that's exactly where it is. And here we have the finished product. You're right, it's sizzling. Now, Ed,
Rob's actually going to add a little splash.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, a little tequila lime.
And that kind of just gives it that sizzle
Absolutely.
that the waiters and waitresses have when they're walking to the table.
That's right.
Well, this looks great. I cannot wait to dig in. 3 margaritas. Those look pretty good, too. Gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
Looks really good. And you can learn more about Casa De Nana, their menu, their hours, and their specials by visiting them online at casadenana.com.